I'm Ariana Bundy, and today I'll be making 2 recipes for Mother's Day for Spinny's Guide. And they're very special recipes because they've been handed down to me by my mother, and they're super, super easy. So I'm going to be doing a side dish called Mast-o-Khiar, which literally means mast, yogurt, and khiar, which is cucumbers. And this is a really simple dish, and she taught me this when I was really little because it's really easy for kids to do. A little bit of chopping, a lot of mixing, and then at the end it looks really pretty. So this dish is a perfect hot and cold dish, which is like a yin and yang. So things fall into the hot category or the cold category. And this one is just the perfect cooling dish, which is normally served in the summer. And my grandparents used to serve this outside and sort of when we sat al fresco and we heard the crickets and you know, we're sitting under the stars. And I remember distinctly having this amazing dish. We've got lovely organic yogurt, chopped cucumbers, organic. Here I've got fresh mint and fresh tarragon, which I've chopped. Dried mint, and I like to use the combination of the two because it gives it a special taste. Chopped walnuts, chopped scallions or green onions, raisins, and rose petals for the decoration. So let's start. Just grab a bowl and start with whatever you want, basically. I'm gonna use the yogurt. And add my cucumbers, chopped. I like to keep the skin on. Pretty colors, and it smells so fresh. The mint and the tarragon, the walnuts, and you know, you can omit any of the ingredients that you don't like. You can keep it much more simple, or you can go crazy like I have. Makes it really rich. So the scallions, raisins, adds that sweetness with the herbs and the cucumber. Okay. And some dried mint. Super fragrant. Adds a totally different flavor profile to this. And then the rose petals we're gonna leave for later. Oh, check this out. Looks so good. And you can use fat-free yogurt, low-fat yogurt. I love using full-fat yogurt. I have no problems with fat. I think it's the carbs that's just making us, you know, not feel great. But fat, go for it. As long as it's organic, I think it should be okay. So you've mixed it all up, and then on with the rose petals. Beautiful rose petals. And that's just gonna add a little bit of pink to the top and make it look really pretty. And there you have it, Mast-o-Khiar. You know, my mom was, you know, she wasn't in the kitchen a lot, but she made really funky food. So she made food from all over the world, Japanese, Mexican, Chinese. So she was very, very adventurous. But I remember though the distinct dishes that she made, because those brought us home. And those were the moments where, you know, you smell the saffron and the chopped herbs or the rice, and that kind of brought us all together. And I loved it when she cooked that way. So here we've got the second dish, and this is called Tass Kabab. This little gadget here is called a gamaj or a komaj. It's from the northern part of Iran near the Caspian Sea. It's actually not Moroccan. It's deeper, as you can see, and people cook fish in it, and it's just lovely over wood fire. But I decided to cook my Tass Kabab in here. It's a terracotta, so you know it cooks really slowly. And so what's in it, you may wonder? It's a dish that my mom used to make when I was a little kid, or when she wants to whip up something really quickly. Basically, the dish is super simple. You've got different layers of flavor. So you start out with some olive oil and butter at the bottom. Then you put onions, sort of sliced onions into big round discs. Lay them flat at the bottom. And then you move on to the lamb. You put lamb chunks. And then potatoes, carrots, and then tomatoes. And each time you layer it, you sprinkle it with turmeric and salt and pepper and a little bit of cinnamon. So what's special about this is that you have some yellow plums, and you can also use just plain prunes. And when quince is in season, you can use quinces or apples, and you can layer that up, and you've got that sweet and sour flavor. It's absolutely delicious. And at the very end, you add your saffron. About 10 minutes before the end of the cooking time, you grind your saffron, you add hot water, you let it bloom, and then you add it to the top of this dish. Let's see what's inside. Ooh, wow. She would whip this up at a moment's notice. So this is super easy. This is just meat, as I explained before, just vegetables. You just layer it and then you leave it on the stove for an hour to cook. That's all you do. But the flavors, the combination of flavors is what really makes it super special. For the recipe, you can check out Spinny's Guide to Mother's Day or go on their website and take the recipe and make it really quick because this is amazing.